What is up, people? My name is Shoquafina, and I'm here with our third episode of our Showdown live series. This week we'll be diving into the UU tier, mostly because our last live in the OU tier featuring Zephyr XC was an absolute clusterfuck. It was so bad. We did horrible. Well, by we I mean Zeph. Zeph did really bad. So this week we're going to UU because I actually want to win a couple of matches, but I want to do it in style. So I'm bringing a full Trick Room team. My fastest Pokemon is this Cresselia you're looking at right now, and I'm just going to jump into this because it's actually a lot of fun, and it's also very aggravating as well. So we'll see if we can get a few of each of those battles in today. I'll probably be playing for about a half hour, just enough time to get this going, because I don't really have a lot of time to edit a lot of stuff because I'm about to go on vacation with my girlfriend. So yeah, hopefully this will be up by the time we leave. If not, it'll be up by the time we get back. So, you know, whatever. It's fine. But yeah, just jumping into this, I rambled on long enough. We have our Moon Duck Cresselia here with the leftovers. Max physical defense, relaxed nature here, of course, to get the negative speed, and max HP. As you can see, we have the Toxic, the Psy Shock, the Moon Blast, and the Trick Room. This is our primary Trick Room setter because we can take almost any hit anyone wants to give us, and set up Trick Room on the following turn, and then proceed to do work with the rest of our team. Again, this is full Trick Room. This Cresselia is actually my fastest Pokemon at 157 speed, so I really don't have much if I don't have Trick Room up. So it's very important to keep Trick Room up on I was gonna say on their side of the field, but it's the whole field. So keep Trick Room up on the field and work my way around that. So in order to do that, you have to have two Trick Room setters, and I have one right here in my Chandelure. Coming in from the NBA to this fire team, this Trick Room Fire to be exact. Also, he's a fire type, so you know that's a thing. But yeah, Life Orb, Flash Fire, Trick Room, Shadow Ball, or Energy Ball, and Fire Blast. I don't really like Trick Room on this thing, to be honest, but it is my only other Pokemon that learns Trick Room, so I kind of just threw it on there to have a fourth move and to keep Trick Room up. Keep it more consistent. The reason why I don't like Trick Room on this is because it's kind of frail. If I get hit with any kind of super effective hit, I'm going down. I only have 90 on both my defenses. My HP is only 60. I pretty much maxed this thing out. I'm at 323. I'm weak to Stealth Rocks. I don't want to switch in on those. I don't have any way to get rid of Stealth Rocks on this team. But I am max Special Attack, Quiet Nature, which is a positive Special Attack nature, obviously. And 427 on Special Attack just kills everything. I'm not even worried about hitting things with this. It's more or less just getting up the Trick Room so I can proceed to potentially sweep. And I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that was a really loud motorcycle going by, so I apologize for that. Yeah, so we'll see how this goes. I might just slap like Dark Pulse on this thing and then trade out one of my other mons for another Trick Room user if I want to go that route. Because another problem I have is this thing with 80 base speed. I know Cresselia has 85 base speed, but it's supposed to be a wall. This with 80 base speed, usually with max speed, probably timid, it can outspeed quite a few things. And a fast Trick Room isn't always a bad thing, especially if this thing's gonna go down. Like, let's say he has a Crocodile out and he wants to go for like a EQ or really anything that Crocodile does, because both are super effective against me. I can outspeed it, go for a Trick Room if it's a bulky Stealth Rock set, and then proceed to outspeed with something slower on my team, which is pretty much everything at this point, on the following turn. So I don't know exactly what I want to do. I'm kind of undecided. I'm gonna change this as I go during the live, kind of tweak it a little bit, and then next time I come back to the UU tier, it will be this team. It'll just be tweaked even more because I'll be doing some management off screen. But I decided that this time I want to change some things on screen so I can go through my thought process, because with the OU tier I had a team, and then you guys came back to episode 2 and it was a completely different team, and I don't want to do that again. I want to show kind of what my thoughts are on the team as I go. So that's our Chandelure here. These are our only 2 Trick Room users. Again, this team is full Trick Room. We have to utilize Trick Room. If we don't, we'll be in big trouble. I do have 2 priority users on the team, though, and the first one is our Crawdont. He has Choice Banded, Adaptability, Crabhammer, Knockoff, Aqua Jet, and X-Scissor. The Aqua Jet, obviously, the priority move. I almost said Primori. That's not even a word. The priority move on the Formula and max attack adamant, or brave nature, excuse me. Of course, negative speed where I have trick room. And then max HP as well. Crab hammer, adaptability, choice band just kills everything. Knock off is stab, it kills everything as well. X scissor is just there, honestly. I didn't need like rock slide or anything, so I just went with X scissor. I feel like that helped me with like a potential bug type, or not bug type, like a dark type, or whatever else, doesn't matter. I'm probably never going to be clicking X scissor, guys, I'll be completely honest. But yeah, so crab hammer, knockoff, aqua jet, and fourth move. I was thinking about going life orb. Oh, I just completely got rid of it, didn't I? I was thinking about going life orb and dragon dance on this thing, but obviously dragon dance, I get the speed, so probably swords dance would be better. But obviously I can't do that with choice band. Can't go swords dance with choice band. It'd be nice to have that, but I also really wanted to try choice band and crawdon. So that's another thing I might change. I might just get rid of X scissor completely, throw swords dance on there, which will probably be better, to be honest with you guys. Throw life orb on here, and then probably take life orb off my chandelure, put something else on. Like maybe take another Pokemon out, give that Pokemon trick room, give this thing dark pulse or something, and then give it an assault vest. You know, because I don't want to have 3 life orb users on the team, because we have another life orb user here, our Giggles Conkeldurr, with life orb and sheer force, drain punch, knockoff, mach punch, ice punch. Again, mach punch is there for the priority in case we don't have trick room up. We are max attack, brave nature here again, same status distribution as our Crawdon, except for this thing, it just hits so much harder. This is my first time using life orb, sheer force, conk on a team. Well, I've done this team like 3 times already just as practice, so those were technically my first times. But yeah, so I've never used life orb, sheer force before. I've always used guts or assault vest or something like that, just to be extra bulky with the assault vest and to be a status absorber. I thought, why not give life orb, sheer force a try? It seems to be doing pretty alright. I might change that again in the future. If I want to go with swords dance and life orb on here, I'll just probably throw assault vest on either this or this. So that's kind of where we're going with right now. I'm not really sure what I want to do yet. This has been working great. I love Conkeldurr. I haven't really used it since it fell out of OU though, so I'm really happy I get to use it here in UU on this just stupid team. Up next we have our Snorlax, which is a Resto Chesto Curse setup Trick Room Snorlax, because it just wants to be every Snorlax at once. Bones is here with a thick fat, of course, the Chesto Berry, because it is a Resto Chesto with the Curse, Earthquake, and Return. Max HP pretty much, and then we're running just enough attack to knock a lot of things out after a couple curses, and then just enough special defense to take hits while we set up. This, believe it or not, actually has worked pretty well for me the past few matches that I tried. It's every Snorlax in one, like literally every Snorlax in one. Trick Room Snorlax, we got the Curse here, we got Resto Chesto. I just thought, you know what, I've always wanted to use Snorlax. I have only used it a few times because I don't really play UU a whole lot. And screw it, let's go for every Snorlax at once, and that's what I did. So there it is. It's been sweeping teams, to be completely honest with you guys, so don't be surprised if you see that in one of these battle videos coming up here in a second. I absolutely love this. It's so much fun. They don't see the Earthquake coming because they always suspect Sleep Talk, so they'll send in a Steel type and I'll just destroy it with Earthquake. So it's kind of the best. And then finally we have our Mega Pokemon, that is our Mega Ampharos Fabio with the Mold Breaker, obviously. Volt Switch, Dragon Pulse, Thunderbolt, and then a Heal Bell to get rid of status on everything, because I don't want the Formula, I don't want Giggles, I don't want these things getting burned, because I'm not Guts, obviously, like I stated. I don't want this thing getting toxic. I did have Moonlight instead of Psyshock, but I decided the Psyshock stab would be really good for me because I don't want to just get completely walled by a bunch of things and not have stab on this. So yeah, I traded in the Moonlight for the Psyshock. It seems to be working a bit better. But yeah, Heal Bell is going to be very important. Of course, we have a lot of natural bulk on Fabio. You can see 105 on the physical defense, 110 on the special defense, and then 90 base HP. So nothing to shake your head at there. But the huge thing here is the 471 special attack. Like, we're going to be hitting things so hard on the special side with our Chandelure and our Mega Ampharos. It's not even going to be funny. I didn't feel like I needed to go with a negative speed nature because it doesn't matter. I'm so slow anyway, I'll be outsped by everything. Except, obviously, under Trick Room. So, that's our team this week, guys. For this this UU live. Let's go ahead and look for a battle. See how it goes. Why am I disconnected? Reconnect. Why you do this, Showdown? Why you do this? If this takes a while, I might... Did you send me? Okay. If this takes a while, I might just skip ahead here. But I don't think it should. My internet seems to be doing it pretty alright at the moment. Except for when it signed me out here. Hopefully it doesn't mean my internet went out. Yeah, I think I'm just going to cut here, guys, to when we get to the battle. So... well, never mind. There it is. And we see Snorlax. He has the Apom, the Espeon, the Conkeldurr, the Mandibuzz, and the Yanmega. That took forever to load. I'm not gonna lie. But what is his lead here? Either the Apom or the Yanmega, I think. I think. Okay, Conkeldurr does a lot of work for us this match. We have the Ice Punch for the Yanmega and the Mandibuzz. We have the knockoff for, well, really everything, but especially the Espeon. And then the Drain Punch just OHKOs the Ambipom, and then does a lot of damage to the Snorlax as well. So I think we might lead with our Giggles here. Then again, I don't want to take big hits from anything. I don't think he has, like, anything that's too fast on his team that can actually, like, hurt me. That's the thing. I might just lead Chandelure, because I actually match up pretty well against him. He can't fake me out. I'm going to lead Chandelure. As he leads the Ambipom. Okay, this thing gets knockoff, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just going to hard switch into Fabio here, and then get a Volt Switch off on whatever he wants to send in. Start the timer here. Obviously, I don't want to give this man all day. El Puto Galo 99. Good name, El Puto. Very good, very nice. So he might go for the knockoff here, just expecting me not to switch, but I do get the switch off, and there's the knockoff. That is a lot of damage. And we get the static. We get the static on the Ambipom, so that's really cool. I'm going to go ahead and Mega Evolve here, and I'm just going to Volt Switch out. As he decides to stay in, go for the Volt Switch. That just almost obliterates this thing. I could just go in. He might go for the knockoff again. What do I want to take a knockoff? Probably the Conkeldurr, right? I'm already Sheer Force. He's actually fully paralyzed, so that's fantastic. I can just go for... I don't even need to go for a Mach Punch. I can just go for a knockoff. I outspeed. He's paralyzed. No, let's go for Mach Punch. Because I'm a negative speed nature. So, I don't know if that would have actually helped him outspeed or not. If he was Jolly max speed, he might have outsped me there. So, he goes in the Espeon. I do not want to take a hit from this thing. I could use this... I could take this opportunity to go out into my Moonduck. He might go for a Fairy-type move here, like Dazzling Gleam, expecting me to maybe predict his Psychic and go into my Crawdont. So I'm going to actually go into my Cresselia here, as he does go for the Dazzling Gleam. So I made the proper play going into Cresselia. We get our leftovers recovery there. And I'm just going to go for the Trick Room. As he goes for Dazzling Gleam again. Is this thing choiced? I'm going to go ahead and go for the Toxic here, as he does switch out into the Snorlax. So he has immunity. Very interesting. That tells me he's probably not Resto Chesto, because why would he be immunity? He could just rest off the poison damage. What is he going to go for here? Well, he's not going to go for Earthquake because I have Levitate. He might go for a big return, so I'm just going to go out into Itlit. He's just going to start setting up curses. That's not what I want. That's not what I want at all. Yeah, he's going to outspeed everything. I just have to go out into Giggles here. As he's going to go for another curse. Okay, I have to get off a big Drain Punch here. This just goes for Body Slam. That does a tremendous amount. And he gets the Paralyze. Super effective. It does 50%. And Trick Room's going to run out, but we are paralyzed, so... I mean, he's going to hit us with another Body Slam and destroy our face. We actually do live the Body Slam here. Unless that was a low roll. We do live. Don't be fully paralyzed. And we live. Oh, boy. Giggles coming in clutch there. Whew. That Life Orb damage really... That Life Orb Really helped us out there. If we didn't have that Life Orb, that Snorlax would not have been 2-hit KO'd. But that's just how strong Sheer Force Life Orb Conkeldurr is. It can 2-hit KO a +2 defense Snorlax. That's nuts, man. That's pretty nuts. I don't really have a special wall, per se. So this thing might be a problem. Do I just let Giggles go down here? If he tries to set up, he's going to get hurt with an Ice Punch. This will knock him out. Okay, so he just goes for the Air Slash, the easy kill. He's going for Parahacks. I don't like that. My question is, how much does a Banded Aqua Jet do? I guess we're going to find out. So I'm just going to look at Aqua Jet here. If this thing's not Focus Sash, this might actually kill because Yanmega is very, very, very frail. I'm not going to calc anything, guys. He's probably going to knock me out here. Oh, he's actually going to switch into his Conkeldurr. Aqua Jet does not half. Not half. I don't want to go out into It Lit, even though I know I'm immune to the fighting type move because he might just go for a knockoff. He's been predicting me to go out to Chandelure this entire time. So I'm just going to go out into my Fabio here. As he goes for a Drain Punch. Okay, so I should have went out into my Chandelure. And he might actually outspeed me here. I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch. He does outspeed me and goes for the Ice Punch and knocks me out. Okay. So we've seen Drain Punch and Ice Punch. He had the knockoff on the Ambipom. He might not be carrying double knockoff. So let's just go ahead and see if he's doing that. I'm going to go ahead and set up another Trick Room, I believe. I think that's what I should do. He's going to go... Yeah, he's carrying double knockoff. That's fine. I'm going to set up the double Trick Room here. He might be Assault Vest. That's not going to be very good for me. I'm just going to go for the Psyshock here so it doesn't hit him on the special side. As he switches out into the Espeon. So Psyshock does not do too much. He probably has to he might have the Magic Bounce. Why would he have Synchronize? He doesn't have Magic Bounce. So I think I go out into my Snorlax here. I think this is the time for Snorlax. We're not 2-hit KO'd by the Conkeldurr because he's not Sheer Force Life Orb. And we're immune to the Shadow Ball. So that's a good play on our part. We just go ahead and set up a Curse right now. At +2, we're not 2-hit KO'd by it. So let's go ahead and set up a Curse right here. Returns, probably not going to be able to take this thing out. I think I just go for another Curse. Yeah. Because he's going to outspeed me next turn. That does so much damage, man. He's going to outspeed me next turn. I think I just go for the return. It does the most damage. And we get a crit. Oh, that probably mattered. That probably mattered. He's going to go out in the Yanmega. He's going to outspeed us and pick up the KO here. I'm just going to rest just in case he doesn't knock us out for whatever reason. So I get all my health back. As he goes for the Bug Buzz and does knock us out. Okay. So we've seen the Air Slash. We've seen the Bug Buzz. I think I just go out and be Formula again. And go for the Aqua Jet. That only does 50%. This thing's actually bulkier than I thought it was. It's just going to knock us out. Okay. We still don't see an item. This thing might be Choice Specs. I'm going to my Chandelure. And I'm going to Trick Room up. As he switches, he's Choice Specs. He's going to go out into his Mandibuzz. I'm going to get the Trick Room off. And I'm going to go for Big Fire Blast here. That does so much damage, guys. Easily 2-hit KO'd. He's going to go for the Toxic. That's fine. I just click Fire Blast again. This thing goes down. The Yanmega goes down. Espeon's not going to want to take one, plus a Shadow Ball. So, yeah, Mandibuzz goes down. We're going to pick up another KO here on the next... We actually might be able to sweep here a Chandelure at the end, depending on how much the Shadow Ball does here. If the Shadow Ball picks up the KO, we actually win this match. Okay. So we get the victory here. Honestly, does a Shadow Ball kill this thing? I don't know if I want to risk the Fire Blast miss. I don't know if I want to risk the Fire Blast miss. I'm going to go with Shadow Ball. We're going to play it safe, but also dangerously. Yeah, it picks up the KO. So we're good. Alright, so we win game number 1, guys. Of Trick Room Heat Shenanigans. To be honest, I have no idea if this team is good or not. It doesn't seem like it should be, but it works for some reason. So we're going to hop into a second battle, see how that one goes. As I actually find one right away. He's bringing the Golbat. I see that right off the bat. Stoutland? Oh, he's bringing some lower tier heat here. He's got the Blastoise, which I'm presuming to be Mega. He has the Arcanine, the Umbreon, the Golbat, the Slurpuff, and the Stoutland. So this is a very interesting team. Like I said, some lower tier heat. We know all about Umbreon because we have Umbreon on one of our draft leagues. So I know what this thing's capable of. I think the proper lead, what's his lead here? What does he lead? I'm going to lead with my Fabio. Okay, he leads Blastoise, so we made the proper play there. He has no ground type, so I'm just able to Volt Switch around on his team. He has 2 Pokemon weak to Volt Switch. He's actually going to stay in. Ice Beam? Dark Pulse. Oh, okay. Take that. Like... I'm going to go into my Conkeldurr here and just go for a Mach Punch. He might just switch into his Slurpuff to take it. Or probably his Golbat, to be honest. But we're just going to go for the Mach Punch here. We outspeed it. He is going to switch out into his Arcanine. He might be Rocky Helmet. He is not Rocky Helmet. We did a good amount of damage there. I'm tempted to just go for a knockoff and get rid of his item. We saw the leftovers. I don't want him gaining back a lot of health. If he goes for Flare Blitz, which does some damage to him, that's fine. Also does a lot to me. Will his Flare Blitz knock me out? His Flare Blitz will knock me out. I'm just going to go for another Mach Punch here. I don't think I need this for the Umbreon. He's actually going to switch out and intimidate me again. He's going to take a lot of damage. I have to I have to switch here. Giggle's just he's putting in a lot of work, but I'm double intimidated. I don't want to bother with it. What's he going to go for, a return? You go for a return? Yes, he is. This thing might be choice banded. I'm going to set up a Trick Room here. This thing very well could be choice banded, as he does switch out into the Umbreon. So I'm going to set up a Trick Room. I can go out into my Giggles again, unless he goes, I don't know, Foul Play might knock me out at this range, as he does go for Foul Play, and it does not knock me out. We're in business, fellas. Let's go for Drain Punch here. He goes into the Arcanine, he gets the Intimidate. We go for the Drain Punch. Get some health back, and we live. So let's go for another Drain Punch. We should be able to live after Drain Punch. We should be able to live after Life Orb Recovery, as we do. We're on 2%. He has the Intimidate on us, which is kind of unfortunate. But he goes out in a Golbat here. I think I just go for the Ice Punch, just to get some damage. Actually, no, I go for the knockoff to get this thing. He's going to switch into the Blastoise. And Blastoise lives. Okay. I was trying to get rid of that thing's Eviolite because it could be very, very annoying. But he goes out to the Blastoise, which does live on 2 HP, or 2%. I could just go into this and Aqua Jet. I could also just go into this and simply Volt Switch out, which is what I'm going to do. I can Volt Switch into my Cresselia and set up another Trick Room. As he goes for an Ice Beam, this go, and I do live that since I'm so bulky. So now I can save this for fodder later on. As we get rid of his Mega Blastoise, I'm going to go ahead and go out into my Moonduck like I said I was going to, and just set up a Trick Room, as he has his Umbreon here, but I do have the Dazzling Gleam, or the Moonblast, excuse me. I do have the Moonblast for that. So I'm not too worried about it. He goes out to his Golbat, so that's kind of interesting. Is he going to Super Fang me? He might Super Fang me. I'm just going to Trick Room here. He actually goes for Toxic. So I go for the Trick Room. He might U-turn. No, he's not going to U-turn. I outspeed. He's going to go out into this thing. I go for Moonblast. He's going to switch. Why would you? You're cheeky. He actually stays in. I get a special attack drop. Doesn't matter. There's the Super Fang. Okay. So I'm just going to attack him now. He might think I only have Moonblast. Psyshock doesn't do anything because this thing's Eviolite. He goes for double Toxic, expect me to switch. I do not. He might Roost here. And predicting the Roost, I'm actually going to go out into my Fabio. Predicting the Roost. There it is, baby. One turn left. We get a free Volt Switch off. I could Heal Bell also, but that's fine. That's fine. I should have heal build, to be honest with you guys. So I get the Volt Switch off. I think... honestly, go back out into Cresselia and set up another Trick Room. Foul Play shouldn't be able to knock me out. I almost clicked Toxic, that would have been bad. A Foul Play can't knock me out. And I can set up another Trick Room, and I go down to Toxic damage. I do not go down to Toxic damage. Well, I'm just going to go for Toxic on this turn. Cool. So he's going to knock me out. That's fine. I should have the correct members left on my team in order to sweep him at this point. I do have an adaptability, Choice Band, Crab Hammer. That can just obliterate anything. I have 3 turns of that. Then I can sack off my Mega Ampharos and then go into anything I want. And then have an Aqua Jet there at the end for priority, just to kill something if I need to. Also, I have Snorlax at full, which is incredibly bulky. My Chandelure is at full. So I'm looking pretty good here. He's actually going to switch into a Stoutland. He's going to get the Intimidate off, so this thing's going to go down. I'm Choice Banded, Adaptability with a base 100 move. I don't really care too much about that. That might mean his Golbat can live a hit now. So it might be 2-hit KO'd instead, but that's fine. It can't really do too much to me anyway, I don't think. Unless it has Brave Bird. We've seen pretty much this whole set, though. Okay, he goes out to Slurpuff. I Crab Hammer here, obviously. I don't know what this thing is going to want to do. I'm slower than this thing ever could be. I'm at 131 speed. Its lowest is 134. So I get a free Crab Hammer off here. He actually does live. And he has a Citrus Berry, so that tells me he's Belly Drum. Calm Mind. And he forfeits. Okay, that was interesting. So Slurpuff would have went down the next turn. My Trick Room would have been gone. I would have switched into my Ampharos and sacked that off on whatever he sent in, either his Golbat or his Umbreon. And then I would have just sent out my whichever thing, honestly. Snorlax probably would have been able to sweep at that point. So he does forfeit. We get the victory there. So we're looking pretty good. I'll say 2 more battles. I don't think we need to change anything up quite yet. It seems to be working pretty well. As we see, this person has what looks to be... Is that a Mega Swampert? I have Rain Dance on his Whimsicott. Oh, excuse me. So he has the Mega Swampert, potentially. He has Durant. Is Mega Gyarados OU or UU? I don't remember. He has the the Azelf, Whimsicott, and the Infernape here. So quite a good team. Fire, Water, Grass core here. I don't know what his Mega is, which is not good for me. I don't think I have any grass coverage whatsoever. I do have Energy Ball. Okay, so we're good. He does have a ground type, so I don't have free Volt Switches yet. I think my proper lead here is my Chandelure in case he leads. That's fine too. I'm just going to go for Fire Blast. He has 2 Pokemon with the Fire Blast. This and the Durant. Both of them will go down. I don't know if this has anything it can really do to me. We have the Energy Ball there for the Swampert. So our Chandelure is looking pretty good this match. We have the Shadow Ball for... I'm just going to U-turn. We have the Shadow Ball for the Azelf if it wants to come in. So we're looking pretty good. Nothing's really going to want to take this Fire Blast, except for maybe the Infernape. He does see that he's faster than us, though. So he knows we're not Scarfed, at least. As he goes into this thing to get his Intimidate off. And... I mean, Intimidate doesn't matter. We get the Burn. Oh, boy. And he has a Lumberry. Interesting. I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball here. This thing might be able to pick up the KO. I'm going to start the timer as well. He's just going to D-Dance, actually, to be honest. Why would... Okay. That thing goes down. That's like the only thing that can threaten Chandelure. I think Chandelure might sweep, to be honest with you guys. I don't know if Infernape gets anything to hit us with. He has this thing. What could you have to hit us with? I'm intrigued. Do I set up Trick Room this turn? Yes. Woo! Shadow Ball. We saw the Life Orb. Good boy. That's fine. Okay, so we got rid of two. Come on. That thing did a lot more work after the get-go than I thought. But we don't have the energy ball for the Swampert. I didn't really think that one through. I'm not even with this one, you guys. So there, hey, look at this. We get a free Crab Hammer off because he's not going to want to stay in here. Vacuum Wave. What is this set? Come on, man. Get out of here. Stop that. We're just staying in Crab Hammer. That does so much damage, even though it resists, and he gets the U-turn off. So we get one turn of Trick Room left and switch initiative here. Well, not really switch initiative. We just get to come out on something. There's just Anchor Arms. This is definitely Mega, which means he's gonna be very slow. I'm gonna go into my Moonduck because I'm physically defensive, and I also cannot be hit by ground type moves. I'm just gonna go for a Toxic here. I think this is the right play. He might just go straight up out into his Durant. Yeah, and of course I click cancel. I miss anyway, it doesn't matter. Of course I click cancel and that's that. What's my play here? I wasted Chandelure way too early. I'm an idiot. I think I just go out into Bones. He might set up a Home Claws here. He just goes for the X's. That does so much. How fast? You are fast. You need to knock that off. Just stop it. Probably just gonna go for the X-Scissor again. Yep. Alrighty. This might be a game here. We're probably gonna get swept. This thing might be choice banded. Make a lot of sense if it was. I'm just going for the Drain Punch just to get some damage on this thing. As he does switch out into his Anchor Arms. So I'm guessing that the thing is choice banded. We do 2-hit KO this thing, so I'm just going for another Drain Punch as he Mega Evolves and goes for the Waterfall. That's fine. Go to my life. We're going to Moonduck here. We're actually going to set up a Trick Room so we can beat this thing later on. Beat the Durant later on. Drop my special attack, that's fine. I'm going to set up, not Toxic, I'm going to set up a Trick Room. I need to switch those moves around because I keep going to click Toxic when I mean to click Trick Room. It goes for the Giga Drain, which is fine. There's the Trick Room. Beautiful. I think we just go for Psyshock. We got Encore me to Trick Room. Oh, that's so mean. Okay, I see you. He's going to U-turn out. That's okay, though, because now we have more turns of Trick Room against this Durant. Encore didn't end, so we have one turn left of Encore. Oh, what do I want to go with? I pretty much have to sack something here. And it can't be this, because I need my Trick Room turns. Whimsicott goes down to any hit, pretty much. I'm going to Fabio, because I can Volt Switch out if I live a hit. Plus I'm bulkier than my Conkeldurr, so I might be able to live a hit. I don't know how much this is going to take from a Volt Switch, though. That might have been the improper play. But I do have Mach Punch on Conkeldurr for later on, in case Trick Room goes away, which it very well could. We're gonna find out here if he ever wants to move. I'm gonna switch out. There's my Fabio. He's gonna go for the X-Scissor. And oh my god. We get the Para with the static. Jesus. I think we just click T-Bolt. He might actually outspeed us now thanks to the Para. Honestly, I don't know. I'm really friggin' slow, dude. I'm just gonna go for the T-Bolt. That's definitely gonna help us out, though. That Para. We're just getting static paralysis all day, man. That's awesome. So this actually does outspeed thanks to the Para. Oh my god, that's annoying. Of course he outspeeds because of the Para. I'm actually slower with this, so I guess we'll find out. That actually screwed us over. The static paralysis on this thing. He gets fully paralyzed. The static paralysis on that thing actually screwed us over. Can you believe that? We're going to go ahead and go for the Mach Punch here. Get the KO. I guess it didn't screw us over because we are going to pick up the victory here. Or at least we should. I'm just go for the Mach Punch to get some damage on this thing as it goes for the Dazzling Gleam. Because it does outspeed. And it almost picks up the KO there. There's the Moon Blast. Does knock us out. We see this thing so low. One more hit's going to knock this thing out. We see its moveset. It's not going to do anything to us to knock us out. We're just going to go for the Psy Shock. Goes for the Giga Drain. Gets us back to 20%, but that's not going to matter. So we pick up a 1-0 victory there. I was going to be so salty if that static paralysis came back to bite us in the butt, man. We'll go one more. Again, I like the team as is. I might make a couple small changes later on, but I like keeping it like this. And oh my god. This Dragon Fairy Steel Core, man. The Haxorus, the Sylveon. Oh, this is actually be a really tough match. Mega Aggron. He's got the Entei the Vaporeon. And the Crobat. This is a really just scary, scary team right here. A really scary team. I need to prioritize... Okay, that's fine. I need to prioritize my Trick Room here. I am physically defensive. I have Heal Bell. I'm not worried about Sacred Fire Burn. If he switches, that's fine. He does hit the Sacred Fire, and he does not get the burn. That's better. I think I just go for Toxic here, and I miss. Oh my god, come on, dude. At least he doesn't get the burn, but he's going to knock us out with another Sacred Fire. I go out into my Chandelure, because why wouldn't I? He's not going to switch into his Vaporeon. Good play on his part. I don't know how much Energy Ball does to this thing. I'm guessing it's going to be specially defensive. Possibly? I'm just going to go for the Energy Ball. I doubt it's going to pick up... There's no way this picks up the KO, but... He might overpredict here. If he does not. This looks like it's going to be a roll. I'm going to go for it. This looks very much like it's going to be a roll. And we get the roll. Down goes the Vaporeon. That's really good for us. We are one Life Orb hit away from going down to anything. Because it won't matter, because Life Orb, obviously. He's going to go out into his Crobat and just guarantee a kill here, pretty much. He might just go for a U-turn. Do you have anything that wants to take a U-turn? I do not want Moonduck taking a U-turn right now. What would he go out into if I switched in Giggles? Probably his Sylveon. I don't have anything for that. Oh boy. This team was not built to go up against real teams like this, Mad Dog MDG. I can't sack this thing off. I have Trick Room on it. He's just going to U-turn. I'm going to go out in my Fabio. Maybe go to static on this thing. That'd be great. Yes! We get the paralysis. What is this static paralysis going on? Come on, this is great. I'm loving this. That's the third game out of 4 that's actually worked. Okay, so Crobat's got the paralysis. Mad MGG down there. GG, it's envy. He goes out the Sylveon. That's fine. I don't really have a switch in for this thing, to be completely honest. I really, really don't. Times like this, I wish I still had Moonlight on my Cresselia, but, you know, what are you going to do? I have so many Pokemon weak to Fairy, I just realized that. I have 3 Pokemon weak to Fairy, and, like, no good Fairy resists. I mean, Chandelure doesn't really want to take a hit, and it's my 1 Fairy resist. I have to go out into my Snorlax here. He's going to go for the Hyper Voice. That does not do half. Does not do half. Do I rest? I think I rest. Hyper Voice is, and he gets the roll. That's kind of a weird. That was kind of a big roll difference there. A difference of 5%. That's kind of a lot. So he gets the roll there. That's unfortunate for me. This thing looks like it's probably Choice Specs. I think he just sweeps here, in all honesty. I don't have anything that wants to take that, so I'm just going with my Crab Hammer. I'm going to click Aqua Jet here. Just for priority to get a lot of damage on this thing. I am choice banded with adaptability, so I might surprise. If I get a crit, this thing might go down. I might need a crit in order for it to matter. If it does half. Yeah. This thing's without a doubt choice specs. I'm not. Yeah, there's no way I'm losing. I think he just wins. So that's something I need to really test out in the future, going up against Sylveon and other good fairy types like that, because it just ruins my day. I go for Trick Room here. Again, I tried to click Toxic. That's not what I want to do. So I'm just going to go for Trick Room here. Hopefully I can get out something that can outspeed it next turn. It just kills me. So I think that's it. I really just think that's it. Unless we get a super crit here on this Mach Punch that it resists. There's not really anything I can do about this. 19%. I thought it would do a little bit less than that, so that's good. Yeah, this is choice specs, so I'm gonna go ahead and give him the GG. Because he kind of deserves it. You know what? Screw it. Let's go for that big T-Bolt. Yeah. Yeah. Just exited out. Oh god, okay. Oh my lord. Not letting it sweep. That can't happen. I'm not letting it go down that way. Send out the Crobat, I dare ya. We'll probably still outspeed me. Oh yeah, no, it's over. It's over. Dragon Pulse. Maybe he gets cheeky and goes for a DD. No, of course not. Yep, that's GG. So I'm going to go ahead and just give this guy the win here. Not really anything I can do about that. So that's the team this week, guys. You know, fun stuff there. You can see we have a couple of flaws there, especially in that last game where we just got completely bodied by Choice Spec Sylveon. A lot of fairy problems on this team. I might just go Mega Aggron would be good instead of Mega Ampharos. That's probably a change I'm going to make. You know what? I'm just going to make that change right now. Let's just go ahead and go Mega Aggron. He's right here. I'm going to go Shiny. It's just a extra Megatron here. So I'll just build this guy up really quick, and then we can go from there next week. What do we need? We need Heavy Slam. Bada boom. This actually gives us a Stealth Rock Setter too. This is good for us. This is really good for us. Then this one, oh, I should have went with Mega Aggron to begin with, guys, because now this can be especially defensive. Now we have a special defensive wall and a physical defensive wall. Look at that. I did it. I did it. So we got rid of the Electric type Stab, which is not the best, to be honest. We can go T-Bolt on this. Stone Edge probably, right? That's what I would think. Power Up Punch? Maybe Dragon Tail? I don't know. I'm not really sure. We got rid of our Heal Belly though, so that might be a problem. We don't have anything passing wishes. That's probably why I didn't go with this. That makes some sense now. That makes a lot of sense now. T-Wave? No, we don't want to T-Wave things. The whole point of this would be to outspeed something after Trick Room, so... screw it, Power Up Punch. Why not? I mean, we're here for the salt, right? So we might as well make it as salty as possible. I don't know, what, negative speed? Positive defense. Relaxed nature. There we go. So this is our new team. Pretty much we're keeping it the exact same way, except for Megatron is on the team. Power Punch is not going to be there next time, guys. I just put it there because I couldn't think of something else. You know what? I just thought of something. Just making sure he doesn't get something really quick. Sorry if I'm really quiet. It's just when I'm thinking. I don't really talk out loud most of the time. When it comes to team building, at least. No, you don't get it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go with Avalanche. No, I'm gonna go Ice Punch with you. Go Ice Punch with you, and with you we'll go Poison Jab. Right? Right. Okay, that's what we want. This is a bit better. So we have 3 attacks, Stealth Rock on our Mega Aggron here. Put Trick Room here, so screw up. Why'd I do that? Stop it. We'll go Trick Room, and then we'll go Toxic. Okay. Whew. This is our new team. We'll be using this next week. Probably a little variation. We might change up the items on these 3 mons, like I said earlier. But these are definitely going to be the Pokemon that we use next week. Next week. I'm saying next week like it's going to come out next week. I don't know when part 4 is going to come out, guys. I'm just saying next week, so that's what I'm aiming for. But if you guys like this video, please leave a like down below. Make sure you subscribe and follow me on Twitter to be notified when our next one comes out. Also, check out my... I'm actually in 2 Pokemon Draft Battle Leagues, the GPL and the NBA. Check those out if you guys like this kind of stuff. We're doing actually very, very well in the GPL. We're doing okay in the NBA. We could be doing a little bit better, but that's what we're trying to do. My name is Shoquafina, guys. I'm gonna get out of here. I need to go do vacation stuff because I'm on vacation. I don't know if I mentioned that, but yeah, I'm on vacation. I'm not working this week, so I'm gonna go enjoy my time off. Thank you again for watching. I'm out.